Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, others potentially interested parties. This is your reading specific to you for the full moon in Libra. And we're going to get right into it. You're going to have 5 cards, with the first being your overall energy, which is the Ace of Cups in reverse. Probably all about a dream deferred, something really wonderful that's coming into your life that's going to provide you with emotional fulfillment that's just a little bit delayed right now, but it is coming. You've manifested it. You've worked hard for it. I've been talking in my general readings and my weekly readings that all the things we've been working on, that you've been, focused on, making those intentions, praying over, and you've been manifesting. Don't let what's going on, the external forces throw you off your game and convince you that they're not going to happen, that those dreams aren't going to come true. They are. Today, the day on which I'm doing this reading, it's Wednesday. And after sundown, officially, it was Passover in Judeo tradition. And I feel like we're going through a Passover event right now, an Exodus and a Passover event ourselves, where this plague, if we stay inside, supposedly, if we follow the guidelines, we can expect that the plague will pass over us. And then we're going to, emerge, and things are going to be fine, new again. The earth will have cleaned herself, healed herself, purged herself, however you want to look at it. And it's a fresh start, right? With every ending, which is what full moons are about too, is a new beginning. So you're getting your new beginning. It may be in your work, your finances, your relationships, your home. Something is going to make you very, very happy. And just feeling emotionally balanced and fulfilled and happy and complete and all of that. It may involve someone younger than you, or perhaps you're a younger person, and it may involve somebody older than you, with the Page of Pentacles, which represents your energy, right behind this Ace of Cups in reverse. This also, of course, representative of the energy of your fellow Earth signs. Virgo, first and foremost for me, with this being like the Page, it's the younger and more youthful, as are mutable signs in general, as opposed to Cardinal, which is what your sign is, or fixed, as opposed to those. But this can also be representative of the fixed sign in your element, which would be the sign of Taurus. Speaking of manifestation and how you guys are on a roll, also right behind that, Major Arcana card 1, the Magician, which represents the planet Mercury in the sign of Gemini, which it rules. Mercury also rules the sign of Virgo. However, this card is more directly connected to the sign of Gemini, and the Queen of Swords is right behind it. She's in reverse, but there may be a Gemini, Libra, like where the moon is, or Aquarius, or someone like into those traits or attributes that is particularly significant to you. And maybe in terms of a mate, with the Queen of Wands, I could continue going, but if the Queen, there's a lot of characters showing up. Queen of Wands right behind that. King of Swords right behind that, and then the Six of Cups, indicating that it could be something from your past. These could be these energies could be representative of somebody's parents as well. Like I said, a parent-child scenario, perhaps, with the Page and the Kings and Queens that went on to show up there. But it's all very positive energy, and it's just saying, like, don't let anything get in your way. If you recently met your parents, or had some sort of breakthrough with your parents, or with a parent, a mother, father, either one, and then you feel like you didn't get, the final climax, like something happened, or the world happened and got in the way, and so you haven't gotten to visit or to ultimately connect in some way or something, and that's the emotional fulfillment that you're looking forward to. That's going to come as well. Somebody could be about having a baby too for someone. The baby may come late. Maybe it's going to be a Taurus and you thought it would be an Aries or something like that. Yeah, that just, of course, that's not going to be for a bunch of people. If anybody, it'd be for one or two of you listening, but that just came through. So I definitely did want to share it. where it doesn't have to do with what the world or the country is going through. There could be some other blockages in your life, and this is maybe what is going on may give you a moment to pause and to look at where you feel some of those areas of your life being stuck, some of those blockages, and then to try to figure out and think about, how you yourself may be able to put some sort of energy forth to move the blocks out of the way and get things flowing again in a more balanced way. And then that Ace of Cups can flip itself right on over. Try to find out what's at the root of your issues. Work should be going well. If you're looking for a job, you should see like some progress in the coming weeks. Maybe not tomorrow, but like the next couple of weeks. And this reading does cover like 2 weeks because I intend for it to go into the period of the next major moon phase, which would be the new moon in Taurus. So maybe that's what that connection about the birth was. Maybe it wasn't an actual baby. Maybe it's the new moon in Taurus, like something culminating around that time for you guys. That would make more sense for a larger group of you. In terms of love, again, it can say like something's coming, but not quite yet. And if you're already in an existing relationship, similarly, it can say that things aren't exactly where they need to be. It's not a bad card, so I don't want you to look at it in a negative sense if that's how it applies to you. But there do need to be some changes, which was what full moons are about, right? They're about changes and endings, ending of old ways, shedding of old belief systems to give way to new, to start over, to start fresh, and make it work this time. If you need some sort of support, there's, something with that is coming up. Maybe some couple needs counseling, perhaps because you've been stuck in the house together or something and stir crazy, or maybe because you've been separated because of this. There may be some sort of virtual, maybe something you can even do together, speaking virtually or speaking with friends, family members, or actual professionals in that area. A King of Swords maybe, or a Queen of Swords, somebody who's going to be diplomatic and fair and a real listener and communicator with you and give you honest feedback and something. Maybe that's why those characters showed up. So getting to the rest of your cards, we'll have one for general for you the next 2 weeks. The energy surrounding you will follow, and that could be work, friends, family, romantic interests, or partners. And then we'll have work and finance, and then we'll have love. So the one most directly representing you is the Page of Cups, another character in reverse. This is a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And this can be about you like daring to dream, like letting go and kicking back. And maybe because you are a Capricorn, like you are the workhorse of the zodiac, perhaps you're like too serious right now, and you do need to allow yourself some time to play and to dream and to have fun and to sit and stare into space and like other people do. You're also, yes, it's important to also remain grounded in reality, but you can't help but to do that. That's your nature. That's what you do as an earth sign, particularly Capricorn, right? You're grounded, you're practical, you're the reliable one, right? You're committed. So I don't think I have to worry about you deviating from that. That's going to be you, but you need to squeeze in some fun too. In terms of work, you're appreciated in your job. You could be like jumping to conclusions and like too quickly, like mouthing off or popping off, and perhaps at the wrong people. Just kind of not like you. It may be more water signish. Maybe that's why the Page of Cups represents it. But that's what the Page of Cups can mean in terms of love. I'm sorry, in terms of work. So you do want to be careful. I told another sign to be careful. They didn't have this card, but I told another sign to be careful about, before you pop off, find out what's going on. So that I have the same thing to say to you. In terms of love, Page of Cups or Cups cards in general, they're all about love, emotion. So they tend to be good. But when the page is in reverse like this, it can mean that somebody upon which you have your heart set, or a type of love, an image, the relationship type, like something is to you being like overly specific, and that thing, or if it's an actual person, which it very well could be, again, with all these characters that you have here, just like they're like literally, or that thing, that idea is like literally not available. Right? It's literally unavailable for you. So it's like important that you pay attention to the signs that your intuition is giving you, that the universe is giving you signs, synchronicities. They're going to be showing you. And that could be another aspect or meaning to this dare to dream thing. It can be about like in your dreams, like paying attention to the messages that are coming out, and even through daydreaming, like sitting and thinking, you might have something like, like, or even better, those aha moments, those big revelations that are coming in can be what, another thing that's representative of that dream energy. If there is an actual person that is unavailable, whether that's like physically because they're far away, or, if it's physically because of this situation, and you're on quarantine or something, this situation is temporary. Right? We're not going to be on quarantine forever. Eventually we'll get back out. So, don't give up on yourself or your interest, your love interest, or your partner, or however, whatever that person represents to you. If you're physically separated for other reasons, maybe beyond your control, but within the other person's, and they're just not willing to connect, that may be something that you need to accept. If, I guess what I'm trying to say is, in some cases, the person is genuinely they're not available, and they're not gonna be available, whether it's emotionally unavailable, or it's physically or spiritually, and you're outgrowing each other spiritually, you're, different vibrations, and it may be time to move on, but you have like more than one soulmate, more than one person that can genuinely love you. And like that other person is out there. And that may sound cliche, but this is probably, it's like very likely tied to the Ace of Cups in reverse. So like your time is coming, like pretty much literally. And part of the delay may be the fact that you're holding on to something else that's not meant for you. If that makes any sense. I hope it does. One thing I did forget to mention to you, this is my Keepers of the Light Oracle. In this deck, the card that's been showing up on the top, I've been choosing whatever the given card is for the sign for which I'm reading. I've been using this card as like the overall theme, to represent the overall theme for their reading, and it has really played out just like that once we start pulling the cards and stuff. So you're going to see for yourself too with your reading, I believe, because I think we've already made a connection to phases and cycles, like a temporary phase through which we're going is being in quarantine. A cycle may be coming to an end, and you may need to let go of someone or an idea that you had in your head with regard to love, or both. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. And this is what a perfect card to pop up in terms of love and relationship anyway. This card for me, very representative of water signs, with the moon here. Of course, in the tarot, the moon represents the sign of Pisces. Earth's actual moon rules the sign of Cancer. And this very dark picture with the raven and stuff is also very, very Scorpio, which is ruled by the planet Pluto, which is currently located in your sign, along with Jupiter. Just had a major transit there last week. So that could be some of what's affecting you guys as well. And speaking of that, of the Pluto being in your sign, this next card that's also up right behind it, Sir Nunos and Life Force, is so Capricorn to me. Just the look of it, the feel of it, everything. You may agree. It's just very, very strong earth, not only earth energy, but specifically Capricorn. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. Of course, Pluto and the sign which it rules, Scorpio, very, very sexual sign, and moving into yours or being located in yours, stirring things up in there for you guys too. That may be Scorpio may be who this water sign is that's showing up. Anyway, the energy surrounding you. So again, could be co-workers, friends, close friends and or family, romantic interest or partner or something. It is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So this is about the Eight of Pentacles for me, and kind of in general, is about where you put your energy is from where you get your outcome, right? It is really a card of reaping what you sow and being willing to work, and typically is very representative of the energy of Capricorn for me, because again, you guys are the workhorse. You are, the earth signs in general, just very, very dependable, and they are the go-getters. They put their real, genuine effort into their work. Or if they're committed to something, they're committed to something. And so this sort of idea of being rewarded for what you put in, I connect to you guys very strongly. It's very, very Eight of Pentacles. When it's in reverse, it means that like somebody's not willing to do the work that's necessary to accomplish whatever the goal is. So if it is with regard to your actual work, it might not be you, but somebody that could be affecting you through their work or lack thereof, that card is representing. If it's in your relationships, it may be you or a partner or interest, like one or both not interested or not willing to put in the work necessary to make the relationship work. If you're seeking employment, when this card shows up, then again, you have to be willing to do the work, and you got to be prepared to like impress the people. I could throw out the cliche, dress to impress. And maybe so, but it's like not just necessarily physically dressing. It's, dressing your whole self. So your resume needs to be dressed, right? And it needs to look right. It needs to be really representative of you and what you can give, what you can offer to that company. The way you look, the way you speak, everything needs to be your best representation of you that you're able to give, to show them what you can do for them, why they so desperately need you in their organization, right? And that's how you're gonna get the job. You'll be very, very happy that you did if you follow that guidance. I promise you. For those of you who are already working, it's possible also that you could be asked to do too much. That's like possible, maybe humanly possible. Because again, if anybody could get it all done, it's you guys, and you're struggling. So if there's not potential for you to ask for help and have somebody else, pitch in and do some, or split the work or something, do the best you can still. Give it your all still. Put Capricorn's best foot forward still. Because trying to avoid the work is definitely not going to help. And the card is warning against that. But even with giving it your all, it's possible that things could not work out. And, some people could be on the verge of losing their jobs or something like that. That it's still a possibility, if I'm going to be honest. Let's see what your work and finance card specifically is all about. And it is the Emperor, also in reverse. So it can mean that you're not really beat for like organized work right now. You're not really in the mood for a bunch of organization and structure and formality right now. And maybe because you are continuing to work, maybe you're one of these essential workers. And so you're continuing to work the same way you always did, and maybe even more so, and then some, right? You're a grocery store worker or a postal worker or a nurse, a doctor, or some other healthcare provider, down to the Walmart or whatever it is, CVS. All these people are so very, very important right now, right? These are our nations, and maybe dare say that our world, our planet's heroes right now. These are the people that we're really depending on. But maybe you don't want to be doing all that. Maybe you want to be home with your family too. So that could be what it's about. Or maybe you are newly working at home, and that's too much structure, or that's too much structure. You're too locked in, and you're literally locked in. You're stuck in your house and stuff, and it's just not the way you're used to working, and you're struggling with the change, with the phases. You're struggling with the phases and the cycles, right? Phasing into a new way of working and living, even if it is temporary. You're capable. Again, if anybody is, it's you guys. You're capable, but do make sure that you put in breaks. And sitting here underneath the Page of Cups, it's like this is the card that I said reminds you need to play a little bit too. So make sure you do that. Like make sure you have throughout the day a certain amount of breaks. I think that here we used to have it was like written into when I don't know if it was because of the electrical union or what, but I think in my old job we had to have 2 15-minute breaks and our lunch, throughout the day for the 9 to 5 day. So find out what it is, maybe in your state if people are acting funky about it, but make sure you get that in. Specific to finances, if you've been having trouble keeping order in that area, you may need professional help. And that could be, again, who the King of Swords is, who the Queen of Swords is. Like these people who, a bookkeeper, an accountant, financial advisor, just a friend who can give you some advice and help you through that. A tax preparer or something like that may be with whom you need to speak, a banker. You just can't, what you can't afford to do, and it's crossing this thing about not putting in the work. Maybe you're incapable of putting in the work. You're incapable of getting that in order. So allow somebody who is capable of it to help you. But yeah, what you can't afford to do is to like bullshit with that. You know what I mean? When it shows up, when this card shows up here in this placement, in this kind of context, it's important to get that in order. And love and relationship, very nice. It's another air sign, right? We saw the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and now the Knight of Swords. Some of you, for some of you, an air sign, a Libra, perhaps, like the full moon, Gemini or Aquarius, may be pretty significant for you. Or perhaps this is, in part your energy, maybe in your chart very heavily or something. In any case, when the Knight of Swords shows up upright in your love and relationship area, whether you're a male or female, you identify as masculine or feminine, whatever the case, it does not matter. You could literally be swept off your feet when you do meet somebody. So like I said, there could be a delay for you, maybe delayed going into the period of Taurus, into the new moon, to over this next 2 weeks. All of a sudden you could meet somebody completely unexpectedly, and get swept off your feet. If you're in a committed relationship, that one, you could get swept off your feet from within your relationship. It could, your commitment could greatly deepen. And you could just be, have the pants romanced off you, as they say. Just getting a lot more deeper, a lot more satisfying, just feeling a lot better, like where you can sit and marinate in it, right? In the love that you're getting. Yeah, if you're looking for love, you're out there. Or if you're not, you could meet somebody, even if you're not looking. And that may be also what the Ace of Cups in reverse is trying to tell us about, a new relationship, brand new, that just sort of comes out of nowhere. But it's really, really nice. And maybe with a direct air sign. So in addition to that, for those of you who do identify as the masculine archetype, you may want to work with some crystals over the next 2 weeks. If it's specific to love, maybe like the pink moon, some pink or rose quartz might do you well. From my Keepers of the Light Oracle for you guys. Look who it is. Lady Venus, ruler of the sign of Libra, where the moon is. Also the esoteric ruler of the sign of Gemini, where she currently is. Venus is in Gemini right now. Downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. Very nice. For the feminine archetypes among you, your card is Let It Go. Remember I said there may be someone or something of which you need to let go. And yeah, Kuan Yin is saying, yep, sure is. More so for the feminine archetype than for the masculine. That applies. And from the Keepers of the Light Oracle, your card is Sanat Kumara, Light Activation. You've probably outgrown somebody, or again, an ideology, a belief system, and that's why you have to let it go. Your vibration is increasing. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear because, again, your vibration is increasing. Hope you guys have enjoyed your reading. Please be sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising to get the full picture. And I appreciate it. Like the video, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that too. If you don't mind, share the video. I appreciate that as well. Namaste.